Cell phone, the cell phone camera, the yellow one.
That one?
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world.
Yes.
And this is my amazing wife, my business partner, Phyllis Savanh, and my name is C. Savanh.
Hi. How's everyone doing today?
And hey, look, let's face it, we probably have grown up and learned a few things or two that were pretty damaging to our lives. And today we're going to be revealing to you what to avoid.
Yes.
And this is a really cool topic. This is part of our 8 lessons you should avoid teaching your children series. And this is Thursday and it's family day. So this topic is really just on family. And we shared with you last week. If you haven't gotten a chance to look at our episode 2 last week, we did this thing where you really praise your child for effort. And that's an amazing series to look. So watch episode 2 if you have not. And this is episode 3. And episode 3 is really that children that we tend to you want to avoid teaching your children that to really express their negative emotions, to not express it. And we love it when they express their negative emotions, because we get to really find out how they feel, right? So that's really the topic today.
Yeah, and the truth is, growing up, a lot of time, we just listen to what mom and dad say. So, just like what we talk about, there's a new way versus the old way. The old way is like, hey, don't talk, right? Here, this is a game, just play. Don't complain, don't cry, don't, And after going through all the courses that we've been through, we realize that that's the reason why a lot of time we suppress our feelings, and then when we grow up, we also suppress our feeling and thoughts. That's the reason why a lot of the family sometimes it doesn't come out as happily, because we just don't know how to express our feeling anymore. Especially, obviously the men out there, right? At the beginning, without in my relationship, it was kind of hard because every time we get into the emotional side, my husband just wanted to ignore it and just avoid and just talk about something else, because like it's almost like men's not supposed to have emotion.
And that's taught, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's taught ever since we were children, not to express our negative emotions. To
Yes.
sometimes it was like, oh, man up,
Yeah.
you're
Don't whine, right? Obviously, there's a balance between that, but that's the reason why we're sharing it with you, because again, if the children doesn't feel safe to express what they really need to express, you don't really know what is the root cause. Just like this example that this story that we have.
And again, if you guys love this topic today, love this channel, love this video, please hit the like button and comment as well. If you have something to share with us, we would love to learn from you. And if you got a takeaway today from this video, please comment as well. Would love to hear your feedback. And if anybody, a family member, a loved one, associate really needs to hear this, please share our video as well. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because we do live videos, as well as we upload. I think by the end of the year, I think our team, we were talking, we're going to do like over 300 videos on this channel by the end of this year. So we just want to add value and really impact your life and really over deliver every single time that we do it. So please subscribe and hit the bell icon. This way you're going to get alerted every time we upload a new video or go live. So here's we were in Cancun
last week.
Yes. And the boys really don't like us when we leave, right, to spend our intimate time together, but they also understand it as well, and they're fine with it, really. But last week was just tough for Alexander, really, for this one night, right? And if we were parents that didn't want them to share their negative emotions, we wouldn't have found the root cause of what really happened. So he was just really emotional, right? And
he was crying.
I called,
crying.
And my mom said, we do homeschool, so he goes on to learn math at night with the tutor from 6 to 7 p.m. And he shared with his teacher that we were gone, and he started crying. He got emotional with his teacher, and my mom told me this, and he had cried throughout the day. And and we could have really said, you got to be tougher, stop it, you're a big kid now, and all that stuff. But really, and that's really what mom was doing. Not really, because what he was feeling was really about his mom.
Yep.
So she was trying to calm him down at night. It was about 9 p.m., right?
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
she was talking to him right before he goes to bed. He's just like, I miss you. You know, I
You need to
miss you
come
guys.
back. You know,
Can you
why
come
you're
back
not
now?
here?
Why are you
Yep.
not here? Why didn't you take me?
And then he
And
just
it was
doesn't
just
want me to
very,
hang up the phone either.
yeah, it was very different. He was, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I don't want you to go yet. And she's like, okay, I'll stay here 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. And he kept going on and on. And as I'm watching this thing unfold, I'm like, something's wrong, right? So, but she kept saying, hey, we need our time too, teaching him, right? Hey, mommy and daddy need our time once in a while. We don't really get away from you guys, right? And she's trying to talk him down basically. But he just was really emotional. And I realized that he was in the moment with his mom. So
Yep.
something had to have been about his mom. So I
Yep.
realized that. So I really said, hey, let me talk to you for a little bit. And I grabbed
Yep.
the phone away from mom, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then me and him had a conversation. Really, it only took me like 5 minutes, right? So talk about being a
He's
practical,
trying to be a hero right here.
yeah, talk about being a practical psychologist, right? And I knew something was wrong there, so I said, what's going on, buddy? How's your day? And he's like, oh, I miss you, miss mom and blah blah, and just crying. All right, and then I didn't tell him to stop. I didn't tell him to, hey, it's time for bedtime. You got to toughen up. Be a big guy, be a big boy. No, I said, so what? What happened? Tell me how you feel. That's exactly all that I said was, tell me how you feel. What's going on right now that makes you feel this way? Because, you know, um, that me and mommy just need our time. But why are you feeling this way? This is pretty strong feelings. And then that's when it came out. He said, I had a bad dream last night.
Yes.
Ah, there it is, right? So he needed to get that out, right? He
Yes.
needed to get that out. I had a bad dream. I said, oh, so tell me about the dream. And he said, yeah, I dreamt that me and mom were in a volcano, and she couldn't get out, and I can get out, but she couldn't get out. So I just stayed there with her, right? Talk about warming, melting your heart. I just stayed there with her.
So I tell Alexander that you can control your dream. If you don't like the dream, just get out. Just tell yourself, hey, Alexander, you're in the dream, get out. And he did it a couple times and he did really well. He just like, yeah, I control my dream. I realize I don't like it. So I'm leaving the dream,
Yes.
which is amazing. And I said, how come you didn't do it this time? He said, well, because mommy is there and I miss mommy. I don't want to leave mommy alone. And yes, and that really warmed my heart.
Yeah. So when he said that, now we're getting to the root cause of what he was feeling. Not necessarily that he was missing us. Obviously, he's missing us. But that particular dream was a trigger for him to be this emotionally charged. So
Yep.
I said, okay, so this dream, and obviously that well, that's great. You had this dream. That's a horrible dream. That's pretty valid. That's a pretty tough dream. But you know what, Alexander? He goes, what? That's not true, right? He goes, well, yeah, but there are volcanoes. I said, yes, that's true. You're right. But where you're at right now in Dallas, Texas, there's no volcanoes. And guess what? Where mommy and dad are at right now, there's no volcanoes as well. And he's like, huh. Then he felt better. He goes, so even though your dream is valid, we're pretty safe and you're pretty safe. So that actually is not going to happen.
Yes.
And he felt like better. It's like the clouds were lifted, the birds came out, the sun came out, and he just like his tears automatically dried up. Right, and he felt better. So I didn't even ask him, do you feel better now? I just noticed. I saw his physiology change, everything, and he's like, huh, yeah, you're right. And then he started going on, and then a few minutes into it, he's like, okay, bye, I'm gonna go sleep now. I'm gonna go hang out with Ima, his grandma, right? I'm like, there you go. And mom's over there, proud, right, cheering, and she felt good. And she didn't even come back to say bye, and he didn't even need to say bye to her. Why? Because he got what he needed out.
Yes.
So essentially, he wanted to express his feelings, and he really didn't know how, because this dream was really what the driving force behind him feeling this way.
Yes.
So this is why you want to avoid that, to teach your children that expressing feelings is bad. Expressing their negative emotions are bad. So please avoid that at all costs. Pull it out of them. Figure out what's the root cause of them feeling that way, right?
Yes.
And you're going to find out it's something like that, because we could have easily sent him to bed and say, nope, it's time for bed, shut everything off, stop crying and go to bed. And and my parents, quite honestly, were that way, because that's how they grew up, right? So they were like, oh, Alexander, you're older, and they were there. And as we're over here trying to calm him down, grandma and grandpa are home, be like, go to bed, it's time for bed, stop crying, you're a big boy and all this stuff. And look, we get that, but he really needed to express something, and that's really what
Yes, I
happened.
think a lot of time, think back. Sometime, as an adult, we even have a hard time expressing ourselves. There's time that I know that me and Sis is like, hey, what's going on? And then before I even say it, it's like, okay, and then he would say something trigger me, and I was just like, oh, never mind, don't worry about it, right? And
Yes.
now I'm just learning to suppress myself because that's how you do it when you grow up. But then we also learn that if we suppress ourselves, the day just does, it's not going to go well because it's like you have something that you stuck in there and it just doesn't come out. Same
Yes.
thing with the kids. A lot of time we tend to be like, oh, mommy's just really busy, just tell me exactly what's going on. But when you're saying it in such a tone like that, it most likely will prevent them from doing it. From them, expressing themselves. Just make sure that like when you're communicating with them, make sure that they're safe. Like, it's okay, baby. Like, just tell mommy exactly what's going on, right? Just tell me, how do you feel right now? Do you feel sad? Yes. Are you scared? And why? What makes you feel like that, right? And then and then just slowly, but pull that out. Because again, if we just like, oh, Alexander, you're a bad boy, why are you doing this? He's eventually going to stop, but then again, this trauma is going to be, it's going to stay with
Totally.
him for a while.
Totally.
As crazy as it sounds, like John Gray, right, the famous men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yeah.
He said that he always had this stage fright and he doesn't know why, because he think back, his adult career, he's never have this stage fright before. So again, we learned NLP, and then he went to the deep root, and he realized it was because one time, his mom and dad actually left him with his uncle without
Yep.
letting him know, and then he didn't get a chance to express that, and because of that tiny little trauma that was happened like 4 or 5 years old, that created him having stage five, fright, and at his adult time.
Yeah.
So every little thing, again, just make sure that you unfold them, not just bury them inside, not just, hey, it's okay, just go to sleep, right? It's okay, just go eat, or just eat an ice cream. Just, you really just give your kids some time. Sorry, I'm like so like into this
Yeah, that's
topic.
great because I mean,
Just give your kids some time, because they do deserve your time.
yes.
I know that you're busy, but they do deserve your time, and trust me, if you spend a little bit of time now to talk to them, to communicate with them, you'll be really surprised when they're growing out how open they are with you.
Yes.
But if right now you're just not acknowledging their feelings, when they become teenager and you're like, hey, what's going on? Oh, nothing. Hey, why are you kind of sad? Oh, nothing. Right? And then you're like, oh, why didn't you tell me anything about it?
Yep.
Because this
were trained.
expressing feelings has to be trained, has to be communicated, so that they know that, okay, I can talk to mommy about anything, I'm open to mommy about anything, and so that they don't suppress any of their feelings.
Yes. So, like I said in the beginning, right, there are probably a few, one or two things that we learned that were pretty damaging. This is one of them. This is something you should avoid at all costs. Okay. Talk to your child, ask them, pull it out of them. How are you feeling? What are you feeling this way? Why do you feel this way? Why does this make you feel? What happened? Right? What caused it? Did we do it? Did something happen? So let them, share. They're going to reveal. And if you start this training at a young age, just like my baby said here, they're gonna be very open. You're gonna have a very open and honest communication with your children.
Yes.
Throughout their history of life with you, even as they become adults and have a family of their own. So okay, so here are the two tips that we really, just using that example with Alexander.
Yes.
The first, I have two tips for you. First tip is really ask deeper questions. Why are they feeling this negative emotion right now?
Yes.
So ask deeper questions. What's going on? Don't just brush it off like they're kids, or that they're whining, or that they shouldn't feel this way, and assume that they shouldn't. Really ask deeper questions, because when you do that, you're going to pull out what it is that really is hidden in them that they really can't express. They're not trained. They're not born to be able to express other than just a cry out, or something like that, as because they're children. That's all they have to do. So if you want them to communicate versus crying out, you really have to ask deeper questions, and it'll unroot itself. And it'll shake the rocks open for them to convey to you, because it took 30, 45 minutes for her to be on the phone, trying to calm him down. But I knew there was something deeper than just him missing her, right? Because traditionally, when he misses her, it's not that deep. It wasn't that deep. It was definitely something that was bothering him, that that was inside and we needed to pull out. And I did that by asking him questions as well. So I did. Anything on that in terms of asking questions deeper?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah,
And then the second tip is?
Yeah, and then our second tip is really conveying to them that the feelings that they have are valid,
Yes.
right? So just like I told them, wow, that's pretty powerful. That's a pretty scary dream. I'd be pretty scared as well. And the fact that you went in and stayed with mommy, that shows me how much love you have for mommy. And yeah, I just didn't want to leave her alone. And I said, that you can, just like mommy said, you control your dreams, right? And then I said, even though it's a valid point, it's not true. You understand that, right? Let me walk you through this. And then when I told him that there was no volcanoes where we were at, where he was at, he felt that much better, right? But he understood that, I understood that the feelings he had was valid because of that dream. Yes. So I didn't belittle him. I didn't tell him that, he shouldn't be thinking that way, or he shouldn't be.
Are you thinking too much?
Yeah, you're thinking too much. I just said that's pretty valid. That's a dream, right? And dreams are, generally nightmares are not true. And especially if in reality, they're not true. Let me tell you why. And I basically went around that way. And it was amazing to see him really open up. And like I said, the smile came back, the tears dried up, and it was amazing.
Yes, and on top of that, I also thank him. I actually literally thank him. I said, thank you so much for, not letting me go during the volcano. I really felt the love. And he's like, oh, yeah, of course, mommy, you're the best thing in the world. So, I will never let you go, right? And again, these are the, all the love and connection that, that I have with my children. And I really enjoy every little bit of it.
And then, as couples, I guess my one last advice is, somebody told me this once, right? So if you're in the frame, you can't really see the full picture. So if one of you guys are in the frame, like my wife was with him, she couldn't really see the full picture because she was so emotionally charged just as much as he was, because she felt like, man, I want to be there with you and I want you to be here, but we need our time too.
Yeah.
And on the adult side, and it probably triggers some childhood memories of her own, how she felt, when she was alone, things like that. So she was already emotionally, she was in the frame. Yep. So it takes the other partner to kind of step in and be like, okay, I see the full picture here more than you do. Let me handle this right now. Yep. Help each other out, right? Yep. And I did that. And, it took literally like 5 minutes, and my wife she felt amazing too. So not only did I solved the problem with Alexander, I really solved the problem with my wife as well. So it's pretty amazing.
And I think also trust, when he took away the phone, I didn't say, oh, give me back the phone. I allow him, because I noticed I wasn't in the resourceful state. So I just give him the phone and allow him to fix the situation where I can fix it. So there's no significant here. There's no, oh, I can do better or you can do better. It's just, it's home education, children education is together, right? So if I can give him the love and make him feel calm, then, let's the other partner try it out and see whether it works or not. And if it works, it's even better. So anyway, if you really get some, a lot of, nuggets out from this, seems like you do. Like the video, subscribe,
share,
and turn on the notification. And again, if some of your friends, have this challenges when you guys are communicating with each other, share it with them so that way they know how they can handle it, because I really think that this is a great nugget to share with anyone.
Most definitely.
And again, if you are, if you love us more, right in, you're gonna see, some of the suggestions that we have, whether you go back to this 8 lessons series, or our best view. And then, we'll obviously see you, on the next video.
Yeah. So again, to summarize everything, this is our 8 lessons you should avoid teaching your children. And the topic of today is really you're not allowing them to share their negative feelings and emotions out. And the 2 tips that we gave you, again, ask deeper questions on why they're feeling that way. And second is really make their, express that their negative emotions, their negative feelings, what they're going through is valid. Okay.
Absolutely.
So again, thank you very much, guys, for listening. We love you. I hope that we have impacted your life, and have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.